I now request Mr. T.S. Viswanathan to share his experiences about his journey in writing this book.
धन्यवादः. अहं सत्यप्रमाणं नीतवान्. किमपि सम्भाषणं कर्तुं चेत् संस्कृतभाषायामेव आरम्भं कर्तुम् अनन्तरम् आङ्ग्लभाषायां वक्तुम् अहम् इच्छामि. सो तदर्थम् अहं संस्कृतभाषायां द्वे निमिषं मात्रम् अहं वदामि, अनन्तरम् आङ्ग्लभाषायां वदामि. प्रथमतः तमिळ्भाषायां वक्तुम् अनन्तरम् अहम् आङ्ग्लभाषायां वदामि. प्रथमः न्यायाधीशः श्री मोहन महोदयः, श्रीमान् प्राचार्य रामरत्न महोदयः, श्रीमान् रामदेव महोदयः, श्रीमती शारदा नटराजन महोदय, सर्वे अपि भवद्भ्यः सर्वे पंडिताः सर्वे अपि अत्र सभायां समागताः. हार्दं स्वागतं, भवद्भ्यः सर्वे अपि हार्दं स्वागतम् इति अहं वदामि. संस्कृतं नाम दैवीवाग् अन्वाख्याता महर्षिभिः इति रीत्या संस्कृतभाषा देवभाषा इति उच्यते. देवाः अनया भाषया व्यवहरन्ति इति कृत्वा इयं देवभाषा इति व्यपदेशं भजते. तथैव अनितरसाधारणं वैशिष्ट्यं भवति. तत् वैशिष्ट्यं जगतीतले वर्तमानायाः अन्यस्या कस्यापि भाषाया नास्ति. तादृशं वैशिष्ट्यम् आवहन्ति इयं भाषा सर्वेषामपि समादरणीया वर्तते. बहवो लोकाः वदन्ति वयम् अनुवादग्रन्थेभ्यः पठामः, तेभ्यः वयं सनातनधर्मं तत्त्वं ज्ञातुं प्रभवामः इति कथयेयुः. अनुवादग्रन्थेभ्यः यथावत् तत्त्वम् अवबोद्धुं नैव शक्यते. अन्ये च वदति इयं भाषा मृतभाषा, अस्माभिः न वक्तव्यम्, इयं भाषा न सर्वेषां केषाञ्चिदेव भाषा. तदपि न साधु. कया वा भाषया जगति वर्तमाना सर्वे अपि लोका वदन्ति इयं भाषा मृतभाषा इति कारणं सर्वे लोका न वदन्ति इति. अहं पृच्छामि, कया वा भाषया जगति वर्तमानः सर्वे अपि लोका व्यवहरन्ति, न कयाचित् भाषा सर्वे लोका व्यवहरन्ति. यद्यपि सर्वैः लोकैः व्यवह्रियमाणैव अमृतभाषा इति यद्युच्यते, तापि कापि सर्वा अपि लोकाः व्यवहरन्त भाषा मृतभाषा एव. न कोऽपि अनया भाषया व्यवहरन्ति, सर्वे अपि. अतः अहं किं वदामि चेत् इयं भाषा मृतभाषा एव, नास्ति. इयं भाषा मृतभाषा एव इति चिन्तनम् अपरोधनीया. इयं न मृतभाषा, इयमेव अमृता भाषा. अस्माकं कर्णाटकराज्ये वदति तत्र अस्ति कन्नड साहित्य परिषद् अस्ति. ते परिषदः संस्कृतस्य विरोधः कृतः. संस्कृतेभ्यः अस्माकं अवसरं न देयः इति. संस्कृतेभ्यः किं प्रयोजनम् इति. संस्कृतभाषा अहं पृच्छामि, भवतः सभायां नाम कन्नड साहित्य परिषद् अस्ति. साहित्य शब्दं कुत्रत्यः? कन्नडकोशे कुत्रापि नास्ति. परिषद् शब्दं कुत्रत्यः? कन्नडकोशे कुत्रापि नास्ति. अतः साहित्य शब्दं परिषद् शब्दं कस्याः भाषायाः आनीतौ? साहित्य संस्कृतं पदं संस्कृतपदमेव, परिषद् पदं संस्कृतपदमेव. भवतां संस्कृतपदमेव भवतां संस्थायां नामत्वेन निधाय संस्कृतभाषा दूरीकर्तव्या इति यदुच्यते, भवतां मौढ्यं प्रति किं वक्तव्यम्? इति तत्रैव प्रश्नम् अहं वदामि अस्माकं देशस्य तत् संस्कृतभाषा अवगन्तव्या पठनीया इति किञ्चित् किञ्चित् पठतु आङ्ग्लभाषायाम् अस्ति पठतु जर्मन् भाषायां पठतु संस्कृतभाषायामेव पठतु अस्माकं कुटुम्बगर्वं गौरवं कुटुम्ब लक्ष्मीकटाक्षं सर्वमपि अभिवृद्धिर्भवति सो तद् अहम् उक्त्वा अहं विरमामि தமிழ் பாஷையும் படிங்கோங்கிறேன்னு சொல்கிறேன் நான் தமிழில் புறநானூறு சங்ககால தமிழ் என்பது சற்று உயர்ந்த தமிழ் சம்ஸ்கிருதமும் தமிழும் சக்ஷோ மாதிரி ரெண்டு கண்கள் மாதிரி ஒன்று சேராது நேராக போய்கிட்டே இருக்கும் நம்ம திருவள்ளுவர் மாங்கோலையில் பிறந்தார் மித்தத்து முல்லைக்கு மனம் தெரியாதும்பாங்க ஏன்னா நான் ஒரு வாக்கியம் அவர் அழகாக யாரோ சொன்னாங்களாம் ஒரு கன்னத்தை காட்டினா இன்னொரு கன்னத்தை காட்டுன்னு ஆனால் எவ்வளோ அழகாக பக்கத்தில் இருக்கிற மாங்கோலையில் பிறந்த திருவள்ளுவருடைய திருக்குறள் படித்தா எப்படி இருக்குது இன்னா செய்தாரை ஒருத்தல் அவர் நாண நன்னயம் செய்து விடல் சிம்பிளாக சொல்லிட்டார் அவர் எவ்வளோ அழகாக சொல்லியிருக்கார் வெக்கப்படும்படி அவனுக்கு நன்மையை பண்ணிடுங்கிறார் இது நமக்கு புரியாது ஒரு கன்னத்தை காட்டினா நூறு கன்னத்தை காட்டினான்னு சொல்லி ஆங்கில பாஷையில் நம்ம அழகாக பேசின்னு இருப்போம் எதுக்கு சொல்ல வரேன்னா மித்தத்து முல்லைக்கு மனம் தெரியாது நம்மள்கிட்ட இருக்கிறதே நமக்கு தெரியலை அப்படின்னு ஸோ நவ் ஐ ஷால் ஸ்டார்ட் இன் இங்கிலீஷ் தட் இஸ் மை ஃபாதர் லாங்குவேஜ் The very idea of writing this book is, right from a young age, there was always a joke on Hinduism having its several gods. Hinduism is not anything. We Westerners are supreme. We are the supreme. Even when I went to US for studies, I found that. Actually, that is not true. The wealth of Hinduism, as Justice Mohan said, is immeasurable. I'll give you certain points on physics. Astrophysics is a very fine subject which we have to understand. Some of the verses in astrophysics, if you take, Nachiketa asks Yama, Sa tvam agnihir swargyam mrityeshi adhyeshi mrityoho prabhuhi shraddadhanaya makhyam swargalokan amrutatvam bhajante एतत् द्वितीयेन वरं वृणे he says in the varthe if you seek these words I will just stop he says sa tvam agnir that fire you know swargyam which leads to swargam adhyeshi no mrityoho lord of death please tell me shraddadhanaya mahyam enakku nee sollu shraddadhanaya mahyam prabhuhi in swargaloka I know immortality see I told you exact translation will not match here. What Swargaloka means immortality, means universe. Nachiketa wants to know that fire which takes him to the universe, that is to the immortality. That fire, not the ordinary fire, that is light. Now come to physics. In physics, the explanation is light has photons. Photons are the only elements in particle physics which do not decay. They do not change the quantum state. Whereas if you take any other particle, right from Higgs boson, which they recently found out, to the most thickest particle which I would say is uranium-238, which lives for more than 4.5 billion years, half-life. Full life you can work out. Higgs boson lives for a trillionth and a trillionth of a second. It gives mass. Higgs boson gives mass to other particles, entire universe was formed. Whereas in photons, it doesn't change its quantum state, there is no decay, it is immortal. So, this young boy seeks from Amma, that's how the Rishi states. He wants to know, go to that light and merge himself. If you are in that light, you are a photon, that is universe, that is immortality, that is your Brahma. Brahma really means universe, the nature. In fact, I am actually corresponding with Dr. Nicholas Mee, a nominated Nobel Prize winner, wherein we used to send emails to each other. In one of the very beautiful verses in Mandukya Upanishad, it says, E Atma, Iyam Atma, Chatushpad. What is Chatushpad? It is simply if you read and go to the next verse, you will not really understand. Sarvam hi etat Brahma, Iyam Atma Brahma, like that he says, Iyam Atma Chatushpad. Pad means pillar, feet. normal padam in Sanskrit means filler, but stay there. Stay there and think about it. The entire universe, when Einstein declared his equation E is equal to energy liberated is equal to mass, when he said energy and mass, the entire equation of this universe was really mapped, graphed, and studied and explained. It has known 4 forces. These forces are called strong nuclear force, the weak nuclear force, the gravitational force, and the electromagnetic radiation. The strong nuclear force is something where the fusion elements, wherein hydrogen fuses itself with helium, there must be some energy to make it fuse. Or you can have a fissile material, that is where uranium-235 is bombarded with neutrons and it breaks. So these are all strong nuclear force. Weak nuclear force is what you find inside an atom. You have the nucleus, that's called nucleons of an atom, comprising of neutrons and protons, and they are attracted by electrons which go around it. So this is a weak nuclear force. And then you have a gravitational force, wherein everything is gravity. Sun has its gravity, so the 9 planets go around it. Around the Milky Way, all the suns, there are about 400 billion suns, they go around the Milky Way, because center of the Milky Way you have what is known as a black hole, which has an immense gravity. So everything is gravity. So gravitational force. And the electromagnetic force is the radiation. This Chadushpad, when you read Mandokya Upanishad verse after verse, how beautifully they have declared the standard model in that. It is really amazing. It is not simply reading the Veda and going lost. Please do not do that. If you sit, you can really tally, corroborate with the latest physics that is available. I will give you another example from Kadoparishad. Puram Ekadasha Dwaram, he says. Puram Ekadasha Dwaram Ajasva Avakraha Chetasaha. Let us stop with that. He chooses Puram. Yama says Puram, the city of unborn, has 11 gates, 11 dimensions. Ajasva, unborn. Avakra, flat, no crookedness, no vakram. Chetasaha, the mindedness. Now come here. Now latest Einstein's equation will break down before Big Bang. What happens before Big Bang? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Before Big Bang, now Michio Kaku and other astrophysicists in USA have come to the conclusion that before Big Bang there was membranes. And the dimension of those membranes has 11 dimensions. The present dimension of this universe is 3, space, time and curvature. But before Big Bang it has 11 dimensions. See the beauty. Why did Yama choose 11? There were other numbers. 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 25 or 1001. He never chose. He says 11 gates or 11 dimensions, the city of unborn. That is, before Big Bang, everything was unborn. After Big Bang, the matter came into existence. Einstein's equation came into existence. Before Big Bang, nothing. So that has 11 dimensions, they say, as per the membrane theory, otherwise also known as string theory. Now come to the second word, Ajasva Avakraha. What is Avakraha? Crooked. Avakraha means not crooked. Vakraha means crooked. So Avakraha means flat. You know this universe is flat. They have found out recently. How? Simple. Everyone will understand here. They will send light waves or radio waves. See, in a flat surface, the area of a triangle sum up to 180 degrees in the flat surface. Or conversely, if the area of a triangle equals 180 degrees, sum total of all the angles, then the surface is flat. In a convex surface, if the triangle is formed, the area will be greater than 180 degrees. And in a concave surface, the area will be less than 180 degrees. That is very simple. Everyone knows. They have found out that the universe is flat. Well, here, Avakraha, he says. He says about the Chetasaha Avakraha. If you think about this and the range in the depth of knowledge where they have reached, it is amazing. Once I went to Mathur, a very famous Sanskrit village. There I was talking to those scholars. Then there was a very big, in Shulba Shastras, we all say of Pythagoras theorem, as we rightly said. Pythagoras theorem is actually nothing to do with the Greeks. It is all exaggeration. Pythagoras theorem comes from Shulba Shastras. One of the verses is like this. Dirga Chatura Sahasra Saksya Akshanaya Rajjuhu Tiryakmani Parshvamani Cha Yat Pritak Bhute Tat Tastat Karotu. Very, very simple. Dirga Chaturaha means Dirga is a long line. Tiryakmani Parshvamani Cha. Tiryakmani is across. Parshvamani on both sides. If you Pritak Bhute separately, if you make a Bhuta, that is the square, the diagonal, the square formed on the diagonal is double the area of the square, original square. Very simple. And Shulba Shastras was done by laying the bricks for yagas. Subsequently, everything will match with Pythagoras, and Shulba Shastras presumably is 1000 years or 1500 years before Pythagoras. Westerners write history for their own sake. They have just, as Thomas Macaulay said, these Indians are, he is misquoted also sometimes, as if Thomas Macaulay says the Indians are great. No, he has written something about Indians, our education system. So we always go towing the line of Westerners, which is absolutely wrong. Alexander the Great came with 150,000 soldiers, and then he conquered Porus Maharaja, and Porus Maharaja said, let me be treated as a king. Absolute nonsense. Why? Where is the population of 150,000, sir? Alexander was something like a Macedonian prince. Macedonia is like your Mandavali. And Greece has states like Macedonia, Athens, Sparta and all. And okay, he has crossed Persia and added some more soldiers on the way. If you extrapolate 150,000 over a period of 2,600 years at a population growth of 0.0025%, the present population there should be more than 7 billion in that region alone. Where was it? Alexander was injured by a tribal attack on Purushottam, who was a tribal. He is not Waziristan. Now you call us, the Pakistan area is the right place for Hinduism. It originated there. North Waziristan was a place where this tribal Purushottam was there, and Alexander could not even reach 1/10 of the height. He was injured and he left. He ran away. See, these historians, H.G. Wells writes, how can it be you can come with 150,000? You extrapolate, the population was not there. Even today, Macedonia does not have beyond 100,000. So, these things we have to understand. The facts is, there are several millions and millions of manuscripts in Hinduism which talks of the air pressure wherein the Vimanas were built. Absolute truth. There is no exaggeration. There are warriors and kings who identified, and with that they were able to float these Vimanas and travel in that. It is not a source of exaggeration, which I have also stated in the book. But unfortunately, what happened is, there was a gap for 1,500, 1,700 years. We lost all our heritage by the invaders. The biggest crooks were from Turkey, who invaded and looted Takshashila University, Taxila, and also Nalanda University. Most of the documents were burnt, because as per the religion, if you don't believe in Islam, you will be killed. The peace will be achieved only after you get converted. These were all notions some people were carrying, which was not true. Everybody let live and let everybody live. All our literatures were burnt. All our manuscripts were burnt. They're all half-baked. I saw with my own eyes in Mathur that sage was trying to construct between that leaf and this leaf. There are lots of gaps there. He was unable to conjecture what it would be. It was written in very high Sanskrit. So, the point is, several such affairs are here. Just like in World War II, Hitler knew how to run a car with water, H2O. But when the advancing forces were there, they burned those papers. It is true. Some of them are still in the American army. They are trying to read, go back, and some they have done. Even now they have started running on H2O, vans and other things in US. There, some society, some civilization was superior. These were all we are talking about 10,000-15,000 years back, when the elders were here, when European civilization was anarchy. There was no civilization. Man killing man. King Agamemnon, in order to conquer Troy, killed his own daughter, 6-year-old daughter, as a part of a ritual sacrifice. That was the level of thinking they had. And everything you attribute to Greeks in mathematics or something, as if Pythagoras came, nothing. After when the Greeks came and invaded India in those areas of Rawalpindi and Lahore, they took off a lot of manuscripts, they developed there and then showcased it to the West. Actually, everything originated from India only. We should know the wealth of our culture. And just as Einstein, E is equal to mc squared was a simple equation defining, he left there. And afterwards, subsequently, their scientists built on that. And today they have developed all those lights, TVs, phone, everything. We have to develop from what has been left over by our ancients. On that as a footing, if you start developing our young students, engineers, in another 40, 50 years of time, you will have a different set of technology. You will have completely a different set of technology, not to be joking about, but a technology that is totally different you may be having, which is much superior to anybody. Can you imagine the words and works they have written 5,000 years back, comprising of very high languages? Is it possible to think? Is it possible to think about a genius like Thiruvalur 2,500 years back, the language they write? No other way you can find out. No other languages are all there, like Sanskrit and Tamil. Therefore, these all things inspired, I have tried my level best as suggested by our Dr. Ramarthanam, and my motivation is from justice. Esha sarveshu bhudeshu gudo atma na prakashate. That was Yamadharmaraja's words to Nachiketa. Esha sarveshu bhudeshu gudo atma, hidden atma na prakashate. It doesn't shine. It shines only in certain bodies. That body should have divine energy. And that divine energy our Justice Mohan has. Why? Because even at this age he reads books. You can see some of his judgments as the Chief Justice of Madras High Court. And even Englishmen will be put to shame. Even Shakespeare will be put to shame. I would not say due to his hard work, but he is possessed, he is blessed with such of those divine energies that nobody can be like him in law. Similarly, Dr. Ramarthanam, you can write 4 pages, his degrees. He is well versed in all the languages. Looks very simple, a simpleton to the core. But he also has the blessing of some sort of a divine energy. That's why I am saying there are lots of divine energies. I told some one of my friends, lots of divine energies, you can reach them in the particular wavelength as you reach with your mobile phone as you use. So by meditation, I have written about those points in my book. So he is also blessed. Similarly, what about our Ramdevan sir? He's a real estate tycoon. But beyond that, he very correctly pointed out a mistake which I corrected. Boar. Boar is Varaham. Unfortunately, it went to my old spelling of bison. It didn't get stored. It was right. Even today morning I was regretting, I was cursing my printer. So, Mr. Ramdevan is such a person of great talent with his real estate business. He is a trustee of Kanji Charitable Trust. So, he should also be possessing another set of a divine energy. Similarly, with our Dr. Sharda, they are not normal mortal beings. She is a PhD in English literature, having done several books, authored several books in various forms of art and everything. So she is also a separate divine energy. But I will be failing in my duty to talk about something about our honorable chairman from Seshai Paper and Boards. He is not an ordinary man at all. Seshai Paper were struggling. TNPL was struggling. Nothing was there. Even today, it's very difficult to manage a paper industry. I used to tell him that have you appointed your successor? Because there cannot be anybody successor like him. By his hard efforts are there. But I told him one day that it is a divine energy in you. There is some sort of a blessing from some portion of an universe. Some light has traveled in your system that you are able to take these things effectively. Do such thing effectively. Normal mortals cannot do. It is impossible. I'm telling on his face. I have told him also. Similarly, our Multivista, Mr. Jayaraman, biggest press in Asia today is their press. It was a very, very small press. He's from New College, 1974 batch. But the way they have developed, everybody is like to work hard. Sir, the coolie fellow, is he not working hard? He's working much hard than us. I am a hardly worker, but it's a hard work. I hardly work. They work, but they are at that level because there is some sort of divine energies in this universe which blesses certain persons only. And other persons who want, they have to meditate and try to obtain those divine energies. There is definitely the pockets of divine energies in this universe, because 96% of the universe consists of dark matter and dark energy. Only 4.5 has visible matter. There are pockets. There are secrets. All the secrets Hinduism has unraveled. Hinduism has taught. No other religion. You can say of other religions also. They are all great. I am not saying, I am not belittling any religion. But here, it is not a religion. It is a culture. It is a philosophy. It is everything. So if you go through our texts, it is enough. For younger generations also, I say, just like this Western scientists developed on E is mc squared and brought out all those radio waves and TVs and televisions and refrigerators, you developed on our system given 5,000-6,000 years back. Everything Rayi and Prana, it says in Chandogya Upanishad. Rayi means energy, Prana means life. Both they say, only those two, Shiva and Shakti only. Very beautifully they described. In 2 words I cannot, but if you go through that, you will understand how beautifully Rayi and Prana, energy and matter, they are saying. That is what ancient also says. And on ancient equations, they have built up very beautifully Western society. We cannot deny, we cannot belittle. But our generations, if they go, somebody to fund a lot of these researchers, and there will be a new set of technology. Probably you may be able to see a universe right in front of you. Your eye can trap only 1/12 of a second, but you can trap much more beyond that. We do not know. There may be new mode of travel. There may be new set of technologies available, and that is why I urge, I enthuse young people to go into further research, especially if they are from other science or other math engineering, to do good research. There are lots of manuscripts available, nobody there to work and decipher. So Hinduism reveals, has its secrets, and we need not feel shy of our religion. We need not belittle our religion that it has so many gods and monkey god and that god, people would say, because God is everywhere. This is a religion for any branch of science, any branch of management, any branch of living. We can follow Hinduism. I have tried my level best to unravel the secrets. Probably it may not justify right now, but I am also writing another book as they suggested. I'll try to bring out all the best in that. Thank you very much.